So everything's going great. You guys are hooking up. You're totally attracted to your person. But then when it's time to actually do the deed, you can only get about as hard as a wet noodle. Yes, I know your pain. I've been there before. I know how embarrassing it can be. But as someone who's been there and learned how to fix it, it's actually quite more simple than you could ever imagine. And today I'm going to tell you exactly how to cure performance anxiety or not being able to get it up. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Brett Maverick here. I hope you all are having an awesome day so far. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So when it comes to not being able to get it up, there's two main factors. There's either mental barriers or physical barriers. Let's start with physical barriers. These are a lot more common in older guys or guys who are not in good health. They don't exercise much, have a poor circulatory system, and have some plaque buildup in their arteries. Just like you can get plaque and restriction within your heart, you can also get it in every other artery of your body. And just think about it. If the hose is filled with gunk and plaque, it's going to be a lot harder to get liquid through it, right? But if you are able to actually get erections when you're doing stuff that's not sex, like watching pornography, then it's a lot more likely that it is a mental restriction rather than a physical restriction. And this is what I actually had to deal with and overcome. And that is taking a medication, something like Cialis, Viagra, or an apomorphine. And they all work in a little bit different ways, all that will benefit you and help you be able to get an erection. But if you don't know where to start or which one to pick, you're in luck, because today we have a sponsor. Shout out to Rougiette for sponsoring today's video. Their product is a combination of all three: Cialis, Viagra, and apomorphine. So you're hitting the problem from every angle. I like to call it the triple threat. This is just a lozenge that you put under your tongue and it dissolves really quick, and it will help within 15 minutes. This will help with either the mental or physical restrictions. Let me explain. One compound of Rougiette is a vasodilator. What this means is it expands your blood vessels. So to create an analogy, you can think of your penis as a water balloon without any water in it yet. You can think of your arteries and your blood vessels as the hose. So if you are creating these performance anxieties, that's kind of like a kink in the hose. Or if you have this physical restriction, such as, plaque buildup, that could also create a kink in the hose, right? So what the vasodilator does, it simply expands the hose. It makes it bigger and opens that window of opportunity for the water to flow into the water balloon. And it's super easy to get. Just visit their website and you will be designated a personalized doctor that can consult you on all things men's health related. Think of it, your personal concierge doctor. And I got a deal, so you know what that means. You guys get a deal too. Go to Rougiette.com and use code BRETT for 15% off of your order. If you are facing mental restriction, also known as performance anxiety, then don't feel bad, because it's actually extremely common, especially in younger guys or guys who aren't very experienced. What it is you get in your head and you psych yourself out and you're thinking too hard and putting too much pressure on yourself. That's why they call it performance anxiety, because you're anxious about how you're going to perform. You're going to be wondering if she's liking it, if you're big enough, if your skills are good enough, right? And you create this sort of self-fulfilling prophecy, much like those nights where you're laying in bed and you're thinking about not being able to sleep. You actually will it into existence and you end up not being able to sleep. Or for those of you that meditate, when you're meditating and you're thinking about not thinking, what happens? You think even more, right? So the simple answer is to stop thinking so much and take the pressure off of yourself. And I know that's a lot easier said than done. So these are some things that you can do to achieve that. One is practice deep breathing. Before or during the act of sex. You see, deep breathing actually lowers your cortisol levels. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So you take away that stress, that anxiety, and you can perform better. What also will help a lot is meditation and creating the ability to control your thoughts. So when you're having these negative thoughts, these restricting thoughts, being able to, whoa, step back and cancel out those thoughts. And I know a lot of you, and that takes a lot of practice, and a lot of you guys probably won't be able to do that right off the bat. So what you can actually do is just try this trick. Instead of thinking nothing, try to think of yourself in third person, as if you're watching you having sex from a third person view. It kind of takes you out of it and takes the pressure off of you as a performer and makes you more of a spectator, just like when you watch pornography, which I don't condone, but it creates the same type of effect. And you will find that often you can perform much better and more freely. Now, I don't recommend having to rely on pills and medications for the rest of your life, so I definitely recommend attacking this from every angle, learning how to meditate, how to control your thoughts better, slowing down and taking deep breaths to lower those stress hormones, and also just experience and time will all help in your favor and get you to a point where you don't even have to stress anymore, and it's just a natural motion, and you can think more about having fun and enjoying the moment and pleasuring her rather than if you are going to be able to perform. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Just know you're not alone. Most guys will go through this experience at one point in time or another, and you will be okay. Just relax. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, turn those post notifications on, and until next time, peace.